Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Carl Chevrolet studio, the beautiful studio, West Des Moines, Iowa. I'm Terry Rich. Now you're saying, why is Grandpa on TV today? Well, here's how it worked. I hired Lou when he was going to Iowa State University in his very first job. So we're calling this Payback today. And I'll tell you what, we're going to pay you back with a lot of fun guests. He's given us the A-team for crew. So let's have some fun today and talk with some guests on Iowa Live. We're going to start, though, with someone you may know as Kim Baeer. I know her as Kim Baeer, attorney at law and attorney. Kim, nice to have you with us today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Terry. How about you?
Things are going well. We're going to talk a little bit. I kind of know a little bit about this subject, but we're going to talk today about car accidents and when you should and how you should talk to attorneys. So let's talk about the steps that you take when you call a lawyer after a car accident.
Yes. So a lot of times, people will call a lawyer or they'll call my law office because they've been in a car accident. A lot of times they're trying to handle it themselves, and either they just feel completely overwhelmed, or they feel like they're getting the runaround, or they've received an offer that they just didn't think was fair.
And with that, when they call, what kind of questions are you asking, or the first steps that a client does when they hire an attorney?
Yeah, so one point I want to just make sure all the viewers know is you need to remember you only have a 2-year statute of limitations in Iowa, and so that runs 2 years from the date of the accident. So when people call our office, the first thing that we do is we gather information from them about their medical treaters. We go and get the accident report. We also work on gathering bills, and then we basically tell our clients, we need to wait until you're done treating, because if we settle your claim and you're still treating, your claim's done. So once you reach a settlement, then it's all over. So we want to make sure that you're done treating, you're better, so that we know that you're done and you're ready to try and settle the case.
And sometimes if cases can't be solved, I've heard the word mediation, not meditation, but mediation. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So sometimes if you hire a law firm, we will try to negotiate a settlement if we can with the adjuster. And sometimes if it's a bigger case, we may go on ahead and go to mediation. And the mediator is typically another lawyer who has a lot of experience in car accident cases. The mediator is not the judge, so the mediator is not going to make a final decision or force you to take a settlement. But the mediator kind of works on the client, works on the insurance company, and tries to find a range of what we might call a fair settlement.
So I'm hearing that if you have an accident, you should call sooner than later to talk to an attorney. Second is, I imagine all of the details are very important, and I've often heard, I know in the insurance companies, the stuff they give you in your car when you get your insurance cards often says, don't admit guilt right away, or because people get into a crash, they often don't realize that they may say something that may be used against them a little bit later, right?
That's exactly right. I mean, a lot of times the adjuster is going to start calling you. So if you were hit by, let's say, Terry, you were in a car accident and you're rear-ended and your neck's hurting, and it's just a day after the accident, the adjuster is going to call you and try to get you basically to say that you're fine or that your pain is getting better or worse. And a lot of times whiplash takes 2 or 3 days to show up. So we always just want people to remember, when you're talking to an adjuster is not necessarily your friend. They want to settle the claim for the lowest amount possible and close it and move on.
I think the other thing that I've often heard, and I think this experience, you can confirm this, is that by utilizing an attorney, you have somebody who's kind of not also impartial, but also a little more level-headed. An accident is a very trying deal. I imagine you see some pretty emotional things when people come in to talk to you about a car accident they may have had.
Oh, we do. I mean, sometimes it's just a horrible situation where maybe a parent's lost a child or a husband's lost a wife, and they're overwhelmed with grief and they're trying to kind of navigate the whole system. And so we are more than happy to give advice. And I tell my clients all the time, our job is to educate you. Our job is to give you advice. At the end of the day, you're the decider. So our job is to kind of walk you through the process and get you from one point to the other.
Great to have you on, Kim Baeer, the Baer Law Firm. Let's talk about how people can get a hold of you if they have any questions about this or any other legal matters, Kim.
Yeah, absolutely. Just give us a call at the Baer Law Office, 515-INJURED or 515-279-2000. We're always happy to meet with you and see if we can help.
All right, Kim Baeer, the Baer Law. I love your offices, Kim. They look great. Nice to have you with
All
us
right,
today.
thanks.
We'll see you again.
Thanks, Terry.